Hello everyone and welcome to a new reading. Today this is the final NCT member I have to record for this year. Woo! And I would like to celebrate by finishing off NCT with an NCT Dream member, which is Renjun. I hope I said that right. I stayed for a while looking at the not the romanization of it, what is it called? The Hangul for it, but I couldn't really see how I wrote it down, so I hope I said that right. If not, well, I'll be saying his name wrong for the rest of the video. Alright, putting all of those worries aside, in this video we are going to check his current energy, his career, his love life, and any healing messages that come through. And we are going to start with the first section of this reading, which is his current energy. So how is Renjun currently doing? Oh, whoa. We have the lovers. Oh wait, that's blurry. Okay, the King of Cups. Oh, the Knight of Cups. Hold up, I need to see the bottom. And then the Three of Swords. Okay, I was getting too excited over here. Everything was going well until I turned it around and we saw the Three of Swords. Now, I feel dread, lots of dread. Okay, let's go. Let me explain. So, the first card that came out for him was the Lovers. Now, the Lovers is Gemini energy. It talks about opportunities, decisions, duality, and of course, love. I have a feeling that right now he's in a state where he's in love. He could be dating someone, or there's a potential out there for him. He could be looking out for love, opening himself up for love, his emotions. He's up in the clouds. He's happy. Let me just say that. He feels how did I put it? Okay, right now what I'm feeling is like it's very hard to stay grounded. So I do feel like he has his head up in the clouds. He's daydreaming. He's just imagining and thinking of how things could get better. He seems to be very positive too. He could be out of breath almost because of how excited he is of the potentials out there. And I do think this is related to love because we have the King of Cups right next to the Lovers. So the King of Cups is Cancer energy, and the King of Cups is an individual that has opened up their heart. This is someone that knows how to work with their emotions. This is someone that can bask in their emotions and everything's good. This is someone that knows how to work with their emotions, how to communicate with them, how to communicate that to others, how to express that to others as well. So he strikes me as someone that right now he's emotionally pretty stable and he's doing so well for himself that's why he's opening up his energy for another one to stand next to him and be a partner. So he's opening up the doors to love. Now, this King of Wands also shows that he is someone that's very reliable. He could be very romantic. I actually don't know. But if you guys know, then you can confirm that for me. Please let me know. And also with the King of Cups, it kind of shows that he feels ready to just start on venturing into love, since we have the Lovers here. Yeah, he feels very stable. He feels like the waters are very calm. And by that is like he's serene, happy, content. He's just existing and he's okay with just existing. He's okay with just his existence. Like he's so stable that he doesn't even feel happy. I hope you guys understand what I mean. He just feels satisfied. And he's so satisfied that he is super centered. Oh look, the other card underneath is the Wheel of Fortune. I noticed it because I have the tarot deck on my lap and it kind of moved and I saw the Wheel of Fortune underneath. Which the Wheel of Fortune is a good card. Expansion. Here we have balance. Someone that has everything very stable because we have a bunch of fit signs. So he's doing very well for himself. He feels very fortunate. He feels very happy. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Nine of Cups, which talks about a dream come true. It talks about feeling satisfied. It talks about someone that is very close to making, to having that happily ever after. Because after the Nine of Cups, we have the Ten of Cups, which talks about a happily ever after, a dream come true. It talks about home, family, love, and everything going well. Being emotionally stable, being emotionally okay, and feeling super satisfied. But here with the Nine of Cups, we haven't reached the happily ever after, okay? But with the Nine of Cups, we are talking about someone that feels very satisfied with what they have. They're emotionally okay. They are someone that feels like their dreams have come true, and that's why they're satisfied, right? Basically. So now the thing that I'm dreading a little bit is this Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords, we are talking about a situation of heartbreak. Now, there is a couple of meanings that could be here, right? Also the fact that I randomly looked at the bottom of the deck and then, I don't know, it kind of felt like he will unexpectedly have a heartbreak. Like he's very happy of a potential something, or maybe he's already dating someone, I do not know, and then things just don't work out. And that's just part of his... It seems like it could be just a lesson of life, something that he has to go through, something that will help him expand. You know, the idea of having a potential, and if things don't work out, it's just life lessons to learn how to fix that, to learn about ourselves, you know, partners, and all our relationships, from family to our relationship to our environment, our work, the relationship we have with friends, strangers, co-workers, all of that. All of our relationships are constant mirrors to how we are deep inside. The way that we view someone says a lot about ourselves. The way we talk about someone says a lot about ourselves. The way that we treat other people, of course, says a lot about ourselves. So I do feel that if he is in a relationship and it doesn't work out, or it doesn't even have... If it doesn't have to even be like a breakup, it could also just be some obstacle on the road that he just kind of had to go through to learn his lessons. But the fact that this Three of Swords is underneath this King of Cups kind of shows that there might be times that there's heartache, there's pain, or things don't work out because maybe communication was a bit rough and things weren't made clear. I do feel that all of that is just adding to his maturity as an individual. It is just helping him get the knowledge and the information he needs to be able to change his experiences and grow from that. Basically, just grow as an individual. So this could mean a couple of things. He's already in a relationship and it doesn't work out, or there's an issue and that goes with his growth. Or this could also mean that he is coming out from some heartache and he's reaching a point where he's trying to be more positive. Now, we will eventually see that in his love life, but let's go on to the next section of his reading, which is actually his career. I find it so funny. I usually don't get love-related stuff in someone's current energy, so I got so excited. At the end of the day, I'm still a Libra sun, okay? So I get excited when stuff related to love comes up. I go like, oh my god, this is juicy stuff. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go into his career. So what's going on with Renjun's career? Oh, damn, that was quick. So we have Violet with tranquility. We have Marjoram with happiness, and then we have P with communication. So let's see, what do we have here? We have air, fire, and earth. Okay. So I think I'm gonna place them like this. There you go. So it seems like his career is going very well, because we have tranquility and happiness. So things are chill, things are working pretty well. He seems to be pretty content with how things are going. That could also explain why in his current energy we see his love life, because it seems like in his career everything's stable enough that he can slowly venture out into other areas of his life and pay attention to it, put more energy into it, and focus a little bit more on those. So he is doing so well in his career that he has the liberty to think outside of that area of his life. Now we have Pisces, and Gemini energy again. So this kind of shows that he is just going with the flow. He's just loving everyone, trying to keep the peace. He's still daydreaming. I didn't think he was this type of person, but his energy kind of shows that he probably thinks a lot and daydreams a lot as well. He's just in his happy little world, it seems. Also, I see like multiples of everything. Like there's multiple peas, there's multiple flowers in both of them. So I do feel that he has very healthy and very strong bonds with the people that he surrounds himself with. Of course, it could be the other NCT members, but I also mean staff and other fellow group mates. Not group mates. What would that be actually? Other idols outside of NCT, which clearly he has friends outside of NCT. As a fellow carrot, I will know. Anyway, so it seems like he is just very happy with his group of friends, with his co-workers. He's happy with his environment. He's pretty content. Like communication flows well, and because of that, if there's ever a problem, it's nothing that cannot be talked about, right? It's like things can be worked out for sure. Seems like he's someone that tries to stay pretty positive and tries to stay pretty happy, and of course that will definitely come off in the cards and show that he's pretty happy with his career as well. You know, things are as good as they can be, and he's satisfied with that. And it seems like he's pretty happy with how things are going right now in his career. I don't know. I find that so strange. Well, I'm happy for him, but I find it so strange. I thought all of NCT was stressed into their career. I guess not. We have Cardinal Moon with Be Bold and Make the First Move. So maybe he's thinking of doing something in his career. Maybe. I want this one that kind of jumped. And then we have Blue Moon with Believe in the Impossible. So just because Renjun strikes me as a dreamer or someone that's always NCT Dream, as someone that is, I don't know how to put this card. Yeah, as someone that is always daydreaming and thinking of the possibilities out there, I do feel that doesn't mean that he just believes everything. He's just daydreaming. He just occupies his mind with positivity and potential out there, right? His imagination allows him to think of possible futures out there and in a way experience things that could happen. So with this Be Bold and Make the First Move and Believe in the Impossible, there is a chance that in his career there's something that he wants to do but he hasn't acted upon it yet. He prefers to think about it. He prefers to dream about it than to actually put in the work to make it happen. I do feel that he may fear that what he's imagining is a little bit too out of this world, or it could be a bit impractical or basically impossible, right? So I don't know what he's thinking of, that there is a chance that he hasn't seen how it could possibly happen. Like he hasn't seen a path that goes from point A to point B, so he decides to just from afar admire the possibility of point B. So it seems like in his career there's something that he may want to do, like a project that he wants to take, or maybe he did radio stuff, no? I don't know why I was gonna say radio because I saw the communication one, but there's something that he wants to do. Oh, who knows, maybe in his career he was like, I want to take a break, you know, tranquility and happiness, you know. Maybe he wants to take a break but he doesn't want to act upon it because he feels it's an impossible dream. I'm not 100% sure, but there's something that he wants to do that he just hasn't taken action upon. So let's just get some more a little bit more in details. So we have the Eight of Swords, we have the Devil reverse, and the Page of Cups reverse. Yeah. Okay. So with the Eight of Swords, whatever it is that he's thinking about, he feels that it's impossible because he's overthinking about it. He doesn't even realize that his mind is, and he himself are the biggest obstacle of whatever his dream is, or whatever it is that he's thinking of. Because right here we have a bear that is blindfolded, so it talks about someone that is not seeing the full truth of a situation, or doesn't have a clear mind or a clear judgment, so they're not seeing things for what they actually are. They're too influenced with their overthinking. And also we have the bear that is tied up, but this bear is tied up to nothing, so this bear can like walk away if they only like took that blindfold off, which is supposed to be a sign, or I guess the imagery of someone that is overthinking so much about something that they don't even realize that they have imprisoned themselves within the limitations of their overthinking, basically. So that is the cycle he kind of is going through, that is stopping him from taking action on whatever that dream is, or whatever that thought is. Now we have the Devil reverse and the Page of Cups reverse. So with the Page of Cups, we have someone that is, again, a daydreamer. We have water energy, first of all. So it's an energy that is very creative, pretty intuitive, connected to their spiritual side, and also someone that, again, is a dreamer, right? This is someone that loves to imagine, loves to create, someone that loves to just believe and kind of fuel that side of themselves that is filled with purity and genuine, I guess, not illusion, but like daydreaming, basically. Someone that is able to imagine their whatever it is that they want. And I do feel that with it being reversed, despite Renjun being a daydreamer, he doesn't like to, I do feel like he reaches points where it distracts him, and also he reaches points where he doesn't think they can come true or become a reality. So he likes to just keep it separate from his 3D physical self, because he just thinks, oh, they're just dreams. It's nice and everything, but doesn't mean it's gonna happen. But it seems that on the cards, life is kind of encouraging him to take action on those ideas that he has, because they can come true. Now with the Devil reverse, I do feel that Renjun doesn't really like to cave into his desires, and he doesn't really like to do what other people tell him to do either, funnily enough. Like, he likes to get the job done. Like, in his career, he does what he has to do, as long as it aligns with whatever his goals and whatever his dreams are. Also with the Devil reverse, I do feel that maybe, he could feel a bit disconnected to his reality, and that could be an issue, because that could explain why he doesn't even see that his dreams can be possible, since he is not even present in his 3D world, basically. Now let's jump into his love life. Let's see what's going on there. Wait. So we have Snapdragon with Purification. Again, Gemini energy. And we have Mutable Moon with Nothing is Yet Set in Stone. And a full moon in Capricorn with the end of a tough cycle approaches. The Three of Swords, potentially. I don't know. The heartbreak could be. Maybe we have Balsamic Moon with a time for healing. Oh, if he is dating someone, they might break up or have a very challenging encounter, challenging phase of their relationship. Because we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, again, if we go with a scenario that he's already dating someone, then there is going to be a big bump on the road, a big obstacle that has to be overcome. But if he's not dating someone, I do feel that he has some more healing to do. Because remember how I mentioned in his current energy that the Three of Swords could be something that has already happened to him, and he just kind of has to heal himself to open up to love. And I hope I said that, or maybe I thought about it and I didn't say it. Did I say it or did I think about it? I don't know. But it could mean that he went through something rough and now he's slowly opening up to love again. And so with this purification card, again, this is a air element with Gemini energy. So there could be a sense where he is slowly trying to heal himself. He's slowly trying to bring himself back together. He is trying to get himself together. Now, there's two scenarios here with this purification as well. Damage, he had a heartbreak, he's healing himself. Boom. Or he is healing himself, and because of that, he is becoming this new version of himself, this individual, and the person that he is with could not fit this change that he's going through. So I'm kind of saying that he could be outgrowing his environment and some of his relationships. That's what I'm getting at. Now, with this mutable moon, with nothing is yet set in stone, feels like a couple of things. Again, if he's already dating someone, then this nothing is yet set in stone is that if this bump on the road that he's going to go through in his relationship could mean that it's not yet set on stone if he's going to stick with this person and they're going to overcome this obstacle together, or if they will just go their separate paths, right? Just like he is changing and growing as an individual, whoever he's with is also changing and growing as an individual, and sometimes those paths verge and go different directions, or sometimes people can still stick together through those changes. So I don't feel like it's completely set in stone, because just like he doesn't have control over what he's going through and the person that he's becoming, I guess you can call it that way, the person that he's with is also changing and going through their own, the time was 22. So there's a lot of balance and harmony that's going on here. Just like he's healing and growing, the person he's with is healing and growing, and wherever they end up is not yet determined. Now, if we are going with the path of he had some sort of heartbreak and he's healing through that, then the nothing is yet set in stone kind of shows that his love life is not completely determined, if that makes sense. As there's still a lot of flexibility going around, there's still a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities and open doors here and there. So despite him healing and getting better, there is not like a set person he's going to stick with, or a set path that he has to go through. It's still too malleable, very up in the air, very I guess it's still a blank canvas of sorts. If there's a lesson that he has to learn, it doesn't seem like after that heartbreak, I don't think there's much that life has planned for him that is a sort of checkpoint in his life. I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. So what's going on with his love life? We have the 7 of Wands. He's overcoming some fears in his love life, it seems. Again, I don't know why I have to put two scenarios. If he's already dating someone, him facing those fears is going to be some issues that will rise. And that's why that could be like the big obstacle in the way. But if he's not dating anyone and he's slowly just coming out of, purifying himself, healing himself, and coming out of that heartbreak that he had before, then the 7 of Wands is kind of symbolizing that part of his purification period and part of his healing period is facing his fears, and trying to stay strong and take action in ways where he can continue motivating himself, empowering himself up, and bringing more confidence in his person and in his actions. So that seems to be kind of what's going on in his love life. Let's see some healing message. Oh, that was very quick. Actually, the cards came out very quickly for him, I think. Oh, 4 cards. Let's go. So the first card for his healing messages is the White Raven Spirit with trust in the magic. Trust in the impossible. Believe. All you have to do is believe in the impossible, which we got earlier in his career. So it definitely feels that life is like leaving little hints here and there that things are gonna get better, that the things that he dreams of and the things that he imagines without him realizing is a form of manifestation. When he's just daydreaming, that is life's way of figuring out a potential path for him and try to make it real, try to make it happen. I don't think he realizes that imagining possibilities out there is one of the ways that he's kind of telling life what he wants in his life. By thinking, imagination is important. It's a little glimpse into the future. It allows us to figure out the potential outcomes to situations. And even though they haven't happened, it is a good way for us to prepare for whatever potential out there is there. So I do feel that with him, the fact that he's daydreaming so much, especially in his career, is just a form for him to prepare for the potentials out there, the opportunities, the paths, the decisions that could be made. And by thinking of these scenarios, he's also thinking of what he wants in his life and what he doesn't want in his life, and also in a way setting boundaries. Oh, if this were to happen, I wouldn't want this, I wouldn't want that. That helps. That definitely helps life figure out what he needs and what he wants. The next card that we have right here is the Parrot Spirit with Watch Your Words. So in this one, I do feel that life may tell him to be very careful how he expresses himself to himself. So what he says to himself, how he addresses himself, what he thinks of himself as well. I don't necessarily think he has self-esteem issues, but I do feel that he could be a little bit harsh on himself, and that could lead to a lot of overthinking that I think life doesn't really want. Right, and there was a little fly or something here in the card that said tranquility. So life is really telling him to watch his words, so like that he doesn't disturb his peace, his inner peace. And look, we have the Peacock Spirit with Let It Shine. So I do feel that life wants him to stay positive and is trying to encourage him to be optimistic about the potentials out there and that his daydreaming can come true. Also, it feels like life wants him to be a little bit open up his heart to other people and kind of wear his heart on his sleeve. So like that genuine feeling that he has, the sincerity within himself, even the dreamy side of himself comes out, because I do feel that could be very charming and that could be very beneficial for him. This also makes me think that by allowing himself, if he has a wall that he doesn't allow other people to see this more vulnerable side of himself, then life wants him to kind of tear that down a little bit. So by being himself a bit more and being that genuine side and also bringing out that vulnerability, he will be a lot more confident. And that if he was confident in showing that side of himself, it will be easier for him to be seen by others. I don't know if that's his goal, but I think life is saying that he will be more charming if he allowed this hopeless romantic side of himself out. Now the last card that we have right here is the Groundhog Spirit with Time to Let Go, and this card is reversed. So his overthinking of feeling that his daydreaming is unrealistic, life wants him to let that go, because that limits his ability to just imagine the possibilities out there. Also with Groundhog Spirit, I thought of the movie Groundhog Day, which I have not watched, but I read a lot in my film class. So I read a lot about it when we're talking about narrative in films. So with him, I feel that he cycles through the same vision or the same dream over and over and over, and thinking of different ways that it could be possible. And sometimes that can lead to overthinking, and he could be like, oh no, that sucks. But life is kind of encouraging him to do that, because that is his form of manifestation. That is the magic that kind of fuels the potential of making it real. I just don't think he realizes that that's how it works for him, and because of that he just gets discouraged instead and prefers to just drop it. And instead of dreaming, he starts overthinking, which are different things. Okay, when you're dreaming about something, you are flexible, you allow the energy to just be itself. And when you're overthinking, you're bringing a lot of stress and frustration and buts and what ifs into scenarios, and that makes it very difficult to deal with. So I think that's why life is telling him to kind of let go of the overthinking side of himself and just continue dreaming. But I will leave that there. This was a very interesting and kind of a different current energy for sure that we had in this video. I hope you guys really liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it makes sense and it was clear, since with Renjun, I don't know if I'm tired or if he is just such a dreamer that I find it very hard to ground myself and being able to explain all of the messages that were coming through. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, whatever that is, however that is. And if you guys excuse me, I'm going to go and celebrate by not taking a nap, just going to sleep. So yeah, I might actually celebrate with my editor because I'm done recording, but we're not done because they haven't been published. So there's still a lot of work that has to be done. You know, they have to be edited, thumbnails have to be drawn, they have to be uploaded, and descriptions have to be written. So we're definitely not done, but we're getting there, one step closer. So yeah, wish me luck. The goal is to get this before the end of the year, and also Christmas stuff has to come out, and I have to celebrate Christmas and hang out with friends. Anyway, enough of me. I hope you guys are doing great. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. There will be more NCT, but not this year. Not this year. At least the individual readings are done. And if SM adds more NCT members, I'll think about it. Anyway, that's enough for my part. Enough. Love and healing from my side to you. And thank you for sticking with me on this long NCT journey. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah, and now we dance.